Pole position for the most important race of his life. Bernard Dolan from Dublin. He has won his heat, he's won his quarter-final. He broke the lap record. He then won the semi-final. He went out and broke the lap record again. 90.37 miles an hour, and he is ready to go to win the Formula Ford Festival. Jonathan McGall from Belfast, driving an Irish Mondial. He won his heat, he won his first semi-final. He's had a poor year for him, fourth in the Formula Ford Festival of 1988. Can he go better this year? As you can see, for this vital final, the weather conditions are diabolical. Rain is falling. The surface of the circuit is very wet. They are on the fullest depth tyres they could possibly get. Row 3 of the grid, Englishman Dave Coyne, Spaniard Jordi Genet. Row 4, Michael Vergers and Warren Hughes, and away they go. And Bernard Dolan is left very badly indeed, and he's about 12th when he goes into the first corner, and leading away into the first corner, it's McGall, Jonathan McGall, the man who won the second semi-final, and there's a spinner in the middle there. It looked like Neil Cunningham, but he's missed absolutely everybody. That was quite incredible. And it was there. Number 53 is Michael Vergers, one of the fancied men, because he went second fastest in his quarter-final. But Jonathan McGall is the man, and Nico Palaris, the man who was fancied all the way through, first in his heat, first in his quarter-final, but only second in his semi-final, and he through. Mike, that's Dave Coyne. Dave Coyne goes straight past Nico Palaris, but runs very wide on the corner. This is a 20-lap race, and you can see that Bernard Dolan has slipped right down the field, and now across the line goes Jonathan McGall. It's Palaris second. David Coulthard is right with Dave Coyne. Dave Coyne goes into second place at Paddock Bend, but Palaris is driving around the outside of him, and the incredible young David Coulthard, number 51 on the left, is in fourth position, while Nico Palaris dodges and weaves and slips and slides around the right-hander at Druids. But it is still Jonathan McGall, the 22-year-old Irishman, and out of the race there. 176 is Fran Riley, the Irish driver. His Formula Ford Festival is over, but it's very much on for this lot, and this lot means Jonathan McGall leading from Ireland, Nico Palaris in the striped car, the Van Diemen is in second place. Jonathan McGall is driving a Mondial, and a Mondial, the Irish car, has never won this vital race. It may do so today, but not if Nico Palaris can stop him. Meantime, Dave Coyne is in third position. David Coulthard is in fourth place. Jordi Genet, the Spaniard, is in fifth place, and in sixth position it's Bernard Dolan. Bernard Dolan has come up into sixth place. Now count them off at Druids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The blue car, that's Bernard Dolan. The lap, there he is, Bernard Dolan. He has broken the lap record once this afternoon. He went out and broke the lap record again. He's the only man with a totally unblemished record, having won his heat, his quarter-final, his semi-final, and broke the lap record twice. And he's now, as you can see, chasing Jordi Genet, the Spaniard, number 30, who is driving absolutely perfectly at the present moment. He's in a Van Diemen. There we are. There's yet another one out. That's Alan McGarity from Belfast. And here is the battle out of the circuit to complete lap 3. And Palaris is going for it now. He's decided very much to attack, to try and get out of the slipstream and the water that's being thrown at him, and it's thrown, he spins! Out he goes, Palaris goes out, and out goes Jonathan. Jonathan McGall is out of the race, and now Dave Coyne leads. Coulthard is second. Jordi Genet is in third position, and they come out of Druids Hill Bend. Now the enormously experienced and determined Dave Coyne in the English Swift, Frank Bradley's car, and there is the unfortunate Jonathan McGall, who had every hope of winning the festival. Here's what happened. Jonathan McGall on the inside, Nico Palaris on the outside. Now watch Palaris, he cuts in, and zap! straight into the left front wheel of McGall's car. Polaris spins. McGall, with his left front wheel hanging off, goes out of the race. And now it is a tremendous scrap as they're coming across the line, and Coulthard is in second place. This brilliant 18-year-old Scotsman in second place behind Dave Coyne on lap 5, 1/4 distance of this 20-lap race. And look at the battle behind. Polaris is in 4th position. He's up into 3rd position now. He's passing Jordi Genet, the Spaniard. Nico Polaris. Jordi Genet fights out back, and he's going to have the inside line round Graham Hill Bend. And he takes that 3rd position back from Polaris. So it's a Brazilian in 4th place, a Spaniard in 3rd place, a Scotsman in 2nd place, and an Englishman leading the Formula Ford Festival. What a scrap. What an incredible drive already, too, by David Coulthard. I've said before, and I'll say again, we're going to hear a great deal more from this young man. This is his 1st year of single-seater racing. He has won both the Junior Formula Ford Championships of Britain, and he's now attacking Dave Coyne. And Dave Coyne, of course, is the toughest, hardest, most experienced man on the circuit. And Dave Coulthard is going to learn a lot from Dave Coyne in this race. And of course, if a Swift wins, it would be the first time that this car had won the festival, and it would be an enormous fillip to Frank Bradley's firm's sales prospects, because sales of Formula Ford cars take their time from the winner of the festival. And at the moment, it's Dave Coyne leading. Number 122 then, 32 years old, ex-German Formula Ford 2000 champion. 4th in the RAC Championship this year, 2nd in the SO Championship, 5 years of Formula Ford driving. And he's getting his revenge at the... Or is he? You can see how difficult it is to control the cars in these circumstances. There's more than a film of water on the surface. They're putting down 100 horsepower through those comparatively narrow tyres. And Coyne has extended his lead a little on lap 7 out of 20. Coyne leads, Coulthard 2nd, Polaris in 3rd position, Jordi Genet in 5th position. And coming up through the field in 5th place, I'm just checking, it's Fernandez, the Spanish driver in the blue car. Look for 6th position, there he goes. And there, number 157 is Bernard Dolan. We've forgotten him for the moment. He's got his time cut out now, because it's not just that he's in 5th position. He's got those 4 cars in front of him, throwing up great curtains of spray into his eyes, obscuring his vision. He's now closing up on Jordi Genet, number 157, Bernard Dolan, the lap record holder now, Brands Hatch Indy Circuit for Formula Ford, in the time of 47 seconds, 0.96, 90.3 miles an hour. Coyne leads, Coulthard 2nd, Polaris 3rd. Swift lead, off, go. Well, out of the race there, that's John Molam. But look at this, 3, 4, 5 cars at Polaris. It goes through into 2nd place. Well, a lot of people have tipped Polaris to win this race. Now, how is he going to cope with Dave Coyne? It would crown Dave Coyne's Formula Ford experience after 5 years of it if he won the festival. He's been so close to doing it in the past, but never quite succeeded. And Dave Coyne, for that matter, has not had the breaks in motor racing that he might have had. It would be a wonderful finish to, I imagine, his Formula Ford career if he won here. But Nico Polaris, 23 years old, is going for it, and Coulthard is fighting back. You can see that Coulthard, number 51, in the middle, in the Van Diemen, with a Swift leading, a Van Diemen second, a Van Diemen in 3rd position, and this is Polaris' chance. He can get through on the inside, and he's done it. He's done it. He's forced Dave Coyne out wide, and the Englishman will not be able to get round there. Polaris drifts his car out to the left, eases Coyne out. Up into 2nd position goes Coulthard, down to 3rd place goes Dave Coyne. And now we are on lap 9 in this 20-lap race. There's a lot of it still to go. Now there's a back marker. How is Polaris going to cope with him? it's John Bolam, because Dave Coyne's got a major problem too, and that is to keep this fighting Spaniard back, who's going through on the inside. Genet goes through on the inside, Coyne cuts through, takes a tighter line. They're coming out of Clark Curve, Genet cuts across, you'll notice he's got his rear light on. And all the time, of course, this is helping Nico Polaris and David Coulthard, because Coyne and Genet are getting in each other's way. Neither of them can take the ideal racing line. Coyne goes back into third position on lap 13 out of 20. And now the Dutchman is coming up through the field. Michael Vergers, you will notice, is coming up fast in the background. He is in fourth position. Behind Genet, fifth position. Behind Genet, who is fourth in the white car. Here is the leader, Polaris. Coulthard in second place, in line abreast. Coyne, Genet. And Vergers goes through. With a brilliant bit of opportunistic driving, Michael Vergers, number 53 in the John Village Van Diemen, the man from Alkmaar, and now he's up past, this is definitely the man to watch, Michael Vergers. Now, let's see what the gap is between David Coulthard in second place and Michael Vergers with a clear run, 1.8 seconds. That's the car to watch. The Van Diemen of Michael Vergers, sixth in the RAC Championship this year, and funnily enough, he is the ex-kart champion, not of Holland, but of Spain, and he drove in the festival final last year. He's having to protect the position he's just gained from Dave Coyne, who's dropping back. Coyne, who led in the Swift, is now in fourth position, and off at paddock there, number 105, is the Mexican Adrian Fernandez. Well, 2 laps to go after this one. Polaris is approaching the line. The boards will go out, and in particular, Vergers, chasing the brilliant David Coulthard, will see his opportunity. I think not so much to win, but certainly to take second position. And speaking from memory, I don't think a junior Formula 4 driver has ever been as high up in the final as David Coulthard is, irrespective of whether he's second or third, and very soon he might be third, because look at the way Vergers going. They touch wheels coming out of Druids down into Graham Hill Bend at over 100 miles an hour on the Cooper Straight, even in this weather. And now Coulthard, I say again, at 18 years old, has got an incredibly old and mature head on his young shoulders, but now Vergers has got him and goes through the interlock wheels, but Coulthard, with a brilliant bit of driving, just untwists his front wheels and gets them away from Vergers, who has now got the last lap only to close up on Nico Polaris. But Coulthard is fighting back for that second position. Jordi Genet in the background is still in fourth place. It is a Brazilian leading, it is a Dutchman second, it is a Scotsman in third place, and Coulthard is going for it at Druids. He won't get round on the outside, but he's trying jolly hard. He's trying a bit too hard because he drifts wide. And that's lost him a lot of vital time and space. But what a drive. But it's going to be Polaris, first in his heat, first in his quarter-final, the SO champion, ex-kart champion, 11 Formula 4 wins in 1989. But this is going to be the most important one of his life. He is now out of McLaren, and my goodness, Vergers is right up with him. That is incredible. Vergers can still do it. Not now, he can't. Polaris has got him, but it's going to be a desperately close thing over the line. Polaris wins the Formula Ford Festival of 1989 with a brilliant drive, and you can see how overjoyed he is, but he only just did it because Michael Vergers was right up with him, and an equally meritorious third position goes to that brilliant young Scotsman on the right. Number 51, David Coulthard, within the background in fourth place, Spaniard Jordi Genet, a truly international Formula Ford festival.
Unless